10 states you shouldn't move to in the US in 2025. Have you ever considered how a single decision to move to a particular state could completely change your life? Sometimes, the dream of a fresh start can quickly turn into a disappointment if you don't choose the right place. In this video, we will reveal a blacklist of 10 states in the US that you should think twice about before moving to in 2025. You'll uncover little-known facts about these places, from economic hardships and poor healthcare systems to hidden security risks. Let's embark on this journey of discovery to ensure you don't fall into a trap when choosing a new place to settle down. 10. South Carolina. South Carolina ranks as one of the worst states to live in due to several significant challenges. One of the main concerns is the high violent crime rate. With the fifth highest murder rate in the country, 531 incidents per 100,000 people, it far exceeds the national average of 399. This makes many residents feel unsafe and reduces the state's appeal to newcomers. South Carolina's education system is also a serious issue. Ranked 43rd in K-12 education quality, the system lacks resources and has poor outcomes, directly affecting students' future opportunities. Families seeking quality education for their children may find South Carolina less attractive. Access to healthcare in South Carolina is also limited, with the state ranking 42nd in healthcare quality and availability. With only 29 hospital beds per 1,000 people, the state received an F grade for healthcare and inclusion. This makes it difficult for residents to receive the necessary medical services. Economically, despite an overall strong economy, ranking 13th nationwide, South Carolina faces low median household income at just $55,600 and a poverty rate of nearly 14%. Harsh weather conditions like hurricanes and floods, along with hot and humid summers, add to the difficulties for residents. In summary, high violent crime rates, poor education and healthcare systems, along with economic difficulties and harsh weather, make South Carolina a challenging place for both residents and newcomers. 9. Alabama. Alabama faces numerous challenges that make it less appealing for relocation. Its healthcare system ranks poorly, at 46th in healthcare system performance. Residents struggle to access medical services, especially in rural areas, and there are high rates of chronic diseases such as obesity and diabetes. The average monthly healthcare cost for an individual is around $600, quite high considering the low quality of care. The education system also has many shortcomings. Schools are underfunded, and student performance is below average, affecting the quality of life and opportunities for families. Economically, Alabama has a high poverty rate of about 15%, and the median household income is only $52,000 per year. The high crime rate, especially in cities like Birmingham and Mobile, creates an unsafe environment that deters newcomers. The political and social climate is polarized, with racial inequality and LGBTQ rights, along with restrictive voting laws, creating a less inclusive environment. Natural disasters such as hurricanes and tornadoes, along with industrial pollution and aging infrastructure, further add to Alabama's difficulties. These issues create a less attractive environment for both individuals and businesses, perpetuating a cycle of limited economic and social growth. 8. Louisiana. Louisiana is one of the least attractive states to move to in 2024. High crime rates, poor healthcare and education systems, economic hardships, frequent natural disasters, and significant social issues all contribute to this lack of appeal. The violent crime rate is one of the most pressing concerns, with 6 incidents per 1,000 people, much higher than the national average. The healthcare system ranks 49th, indicating issues such as limited access to care and high rates of chronic diseases. The education system is also ineffective, with a graduation rate of only 77% compared to the national average of 85%. This affects the future prospects of young residents and makes the state less attractive to families. Economic hardship is a significant deterrent, with a high poverty rate of 19% and a median household income of just $51,000, much lower than the national average. Frequent natural disasters like hurricanes and other extreme weather events cause significant property damage and displacement. Social issues, such as reproductive rights and social conservatism, along with a combined tax rate of 9.5%, create an additional financial burden for residents. In summary, high crime rates, poor healthcare and education systems, economic difficulties, frequent natural disasters, and significant social issues create a challenging environment for residents and are unappealing to newcomers. 7. Arkansas. Arkansas faces numerous challenges that make it one of the least attractive states to move to in 2024. One major issue is the low median household income, which is only $50,000, along with a high poverty rate of 17.7%. These economic hardships lead to a lower overall quality of life for many residents. The education system in Arkansas is also not highly regarded, with the state ranking 42nd, according to Education Week. The high school graduation rate is only 85%, affecting the future opportunities of young residents and making the state less attractive to families seeking better educational opportunities for their children. Healthcare in Arkansas is another major concern. The state ranks 49th in the Commonwealth Fund's Health System Performance Report. The rates of chronic diseases such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease are very high. Additionally, the lack of maternal and dental care forces residents to face long waiting times and travel far distances to receive necessary services. Crime rates in Arkansas are alarming, particularly in cities like Little Rock, where violent and property crime rates are high. This creates an unsafe environment for residents and diminishes the state's appeal. Cultural and recreational opportunities in Arkansas are also limited, which may make those seeking a vibrant social life find the state less appealing. Outside major cities, entertainment options are few, making the state less attractive to those who value cultural experiences. Natural disasters add to the difficulties that Arkansas residents face. The state is frequently affected by tornadoes and floods, posing significant risks to property and personal safety. Transportation infrastructure is also poor, receiving a C- rating from the American Society of Civil Engineers. The poor road conditions and inadequate transportation network make getting around the state difficult and inconvenient. In summary, low median income, high poverty rates, poor education system, health concerns, high crime rates, and limited cultural opportunities make Arkansas a challenging living environment. 6. New Mexico. New Mexico faces a range of significant challenges that make it one of the less attractive states to move to in 2024. One major concern is the high poverty rate, with nearly 1/5 of the population living below the poverty line, significantly higher than the national average. The median household income is only $52,000, which is considerably lower than the national average. The state's education system also struggles, ranking last in the country. Only 75% of students graduate on time, and the state suffers from high dropout rates and low test scores. This limits future opportunities for young residents and makes the state less attractive to families seeking better education for their children. Job opportunities in New Mexico are limited, with an unemployment rate close to 6%. The job market offers few high-paying positions, making it difficult for newcomers to find stable and lucrative employment. High crime rates also decrease New Mexico's appeal. With over 800 violent incidents per 100,000 people, many areas become unsafe for residents. Environmental and infrastructure issues further worsen living conditions in New Mexico. Frequent droughts cause severe water shortages, affecting daily life and future sustainability. The state's infrastructure is rated poorly, with limited public transportation options, making travel without a personal vehicle difficult. In summary, high poverty rates, poor education system, limited job opportunities, high crime rates, and environmental issues contribute to New Mexico's low appeal. 5. Alaska. Alaska, despite its stunning natural beauty, faces several significant challenges that make it less appealing for those considering relocation. One of the most notable issues is the high cost of living. Food prices are about 31% higher than the national average, and fuel prices are roughly $1.50 more per gallon, placing a significant financial burden on residents. The state's economy heavily depends on the oil and gas industry, resulting in limited job opportunities outside this sector. This economic dependence creates instability, as fluctuations in the energy market can significantly impact employment rates. Alaska's unemployment rate is higher than the national average, adding to the difficulty in finding stable jobs. Alaska's harsh weather conditions also contribute to its reduced appeal. With long and severe winters, temperatures can drop to 50 degrees below zero. Limited daylight hours during the winter months also affect mental health and daily life. Geographic isolation is another key factor that makes Alaska less appealing. The remote location and underdeveloped infrastructure make travel and transportation expensive and inconvenient. Access to healthcare is also a major issue, with the lowest ratio of primary care physicians to residents. In summary, high living costs, limited job opportunities, harsh weather conditions, geographic isolation, and poor access to healthcare make Alaska a challenging environment for residents. 4. Kentucky. Kentucky faces numerous issues that make it a less appealing place to live in 2024. The median household income is low at about $55,200 a year, coupled with a high poverty rate with over 16% of the population living below the poverty line. These financial challenges make achieving a comfortable standard of living difficult. The education system in Kentucky is another major concern, with only 1 in 4 adults holding a bachelor's degree or higher. This impacts the future prospects of young residents and reduces the state's appeal to families. Health issues in Kentucky are severe. The average life expectancy is around 75 years, significantly lower than the national average of 79 years. High rates of obesity, diabetes, and deaths due to drug overdose contribute to the state's poor health statistics. High crime rates, particularly in urban areas like Louisville, create an unsafe environment for residents. Inadequate infrastructure, including poor road conditions and insufficient water systems, is another concern. Natural disasters like floods and tornadoes pose additional risks. Cultural isolation and a conservative political climate, along with a lack of diversity, limit cultural and social experiences. The weather in Kentucky can also be harsh, with cold winters and summers plagued by insects. In summary, low median income, high poverty rates, poor education system, health issues, high crime rates, and inadequate infrastructure make Kentucky a challenging living environment. 3. West Virginia. West Virginia faces many challenges that make it one of the least attractive states to live in 2024. Economic hardship is a primary concern, with the median household income below $49,000 a year, one of the lowest in the country. The high poverty rate of 16% further exacerbates financial difficulties, leading to a lower overall quality of life. The education system in West Virginia is also a major issue, with only 21% of residents holding a bachelor's degree or higher. The quality of education is below national standards, affecting the ability to attract and retain skilled labor, as well as hindering the state's economic development. Healthcare is another major concern. West Virginia has high rates of chronic diseases and lower life expectancy, only reaching 74 years, which is below the national average. Limited medical services, particularly in rural areas, make accessing healthcare difficult. Crime rates in West Virginia are also concerning, particularly in areas affected by drug-related and property crimes. These issues raise safety concerns and reduce residents' quality of life. Environmental pollution, especially water contamination from mining and coal extraction activities, poses serious health and environmental issues. Poor infrastructure, including deteriorating roads and limited broadband access, further complicates living and development in West Virginia. In summary, economic hardship, poor education, high crime rates, environmental pollution, and inadequate infrastructure make West Virginia a less attractive place to live. 2. Oklahoma. Oklahoma faces significant challenges that make it less appealing to move to in 2024. Economic hardship is a major issue, with the median household income around $55,000, lower than the national average, along with a poverty rate of 15%. Healthcare in Oklahoma is also a major issue, with a high rate of uninsured individuals and lower life expectancy compared to the national average. Access to medical services, especially in rural areas, is limited, further widening health disparities. Oklahoma's education system also struggles, with only 25% of residents holding a bachelor's degree. The state ranks 47th in spending per student, affecting the quality of education and student outcomes while limiting economic development potential. High crime rates, with nearly 5 violent incidents per 1,000 people, is another serious issue. This, combined with extreme weather, like frequent tornadoes, poses numerous risks and challenges for residents. Inadequate infrastructure, including deteriorating roads and limited broadband access, further complicates living and development in Oklahoma. In summary, economic hardship, poor healthcare and education systems, high crime rates, extreme weather, and poor infrastructure make Oklahoma a less attractive state to move to. 1. Mississippi. Mississippi faces major challenges that make it unattractive to move to in 2024. The highest poverty rate in the nation, at 19.6%, along with a low median household income of about $47,000, creates a significant economic burden for residents. Mississippi's education system is also ineffective, with high dropout rates and below-average student performance. This directly affects the future opportunities of young residents and the state's economic development. Access to health care is also a major issue, with high rates of chronic diseases such as obesity and diabetes. Limited medical services, particularly in rural areas, make residents face serious health issues. Infrastructure in Mississippi is also inadequate, with poorly maintained roads and old bridges. High crime rates and natural disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes pose additional risks for residents. In summary, economic hardship, poor education and healthcare systems, inadequate infrastructure, high crime rates, and frequent natural disasters make Mississippi one of the least attractive states to live in 2024. So, we've explored the 10 states you should avoid moving to in 2025. Think carefully before deciding where to live. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to catch more useful content.